Good morning, everyone. How you doing out there in TV land, YouTube land? Good to see you. My name is Reverend Michael McMorrow. I'm the spiritual director here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, where we're practicing social distancing right now at all times. I've got my security stick, and I'm going to invite Reverend Nancy to come up and join us. And she's going to, we're going to do our little flames of faith, and she's going to pray us in and offer us her own unique perspective on the metaphysical aspect of life. All right, so let's all start by taking a deep, conscious breath and just releasing that, releasing and surrendering to this eternal now moment as we come together in the spiritual online community for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. That fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Reverend Nancy lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. The third candle we light for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle we light for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle we light for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. And we light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. The ninth candle we light for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at this center and online as well. And as Reverend Nancy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in us. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
And it's with the recognition of this divine flame that is within each and every one of us. I express a truth that I embrace and know, that the infinite intelligence that brought life forth into expression is that which created each and every one of us. And as we recognize and embrace this idea, we embrace that it has gifted us with its own image. By knowing that we are the divine in expression, we are able to embrace the idea that we are whole and complete, that we are forever loved. We are forever the avenue through which the beauty, the joy, and the wonder of life continues to unfold. As we recognize this, we recognize that it is true for all of us. So as we spend this time together this morning, it is with a sense of appreciation and embracing this consciousness of knowing that this one power, this one presence that created all is guiding and directing every life, every individual. And to the extent that we are able to do this, life expresses its beauty. So we joyously step into this opportunity to increase our ability, our understanding, as we let it unfold with ease and grace. So it's with love in my heart and appreciation for the truth that I let go and let this be what the law manifests. And we rejoice together, and I invite each one of you to know these truths with me as we say together, and so it is. Good morning out there. It is with love that I have expressed my appreciation for an opportunity to share my view and my understanding of spirit today. Because that's what I want to talk about. To know that this power, this wondrous presence that we all adore, we call by many names. That which we described as that higher power, omnipresence of the life. That is what we are expressing and experiencing and understanding, and that we are given this opportunity in this current environment to spend some time with that idea, because that's what I've been doing. I've been spending a lot more time understanding and reading and kind of just nurturing myself with the spiritual literature and spiritual expressions on YouTube and on the TV. I have just reached out and opened my heart for those that are expressing the truth and those that resonate with the understanding that is within me. I have noticed that I seem to be drawn to that material that keeps telling us that life happens for us. And to the extent that I can embrace this concept that life is happening for me, things that just seem to be unfolding a little easier. And the time I spend with myself and others, whether it's on the phone, becomes a richer experience. And that's why I really feel blessed with the opportunity that I have today to even to speak to you or to share this idea, because the richness of it, I am still looking for the words to describe, because this flame within, this divine presence that's within, I realize it can do all things. As long as I stay focused on it, it continues to bless me. And I know that this is possible for everybody, because each being has this flame within. So I'm going to call this time alone as a gift. So this gift that we have been given is a wondrous time to spend with that present within. What it offers is infinite. So there's no boredom in it. There's only richness. And I love the idea that Spirit has brought us together in this way so we can look together towards that which is created for us, so that we can embrace ourselves in a greater, more expanded way. And for all of this and the opportunity to stand before you and say thank you, I surely appreciate. And I also appreciate the idea that out of this experience, there's bound to be some beauty in life to spring forth from every ear that hears it. And it's with this, I let it go into the universe, into the experience of each person that I'm speaking to. And it's with joy that I say thank you for this opportunity, and bless each and every one of you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come out of the sadness wherever you've been. Become broken-hearted, let rescue begin. Come find your mercy, oh dreamer, come kneel. The earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. Lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Wanderer, come home, you're not too far. Lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, and come as you are. Come as you are. There's hope for the hopeless and all who have strayed. Come sit at the table and come taste the grace. There's rest in the weary and all that endure. The earth has no sorrow that heaven can't cure. Lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Wanderer, come home, you're not too far. Lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, and come as you are. Come as you are. Fall in his arms, just as you are. There's joy in the morning, oh dreamer, be still. The earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. The earth has no sorrow that heaven can't heal. Lay down your burdens, lay down your shame. All who are broken, lift up your face. Wanderer, come home, you're not too far. Lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, and come as you are.
Oh, better put this on. And maybe Mike can figure out why, if the cellular data can go on, we can watch this on Facebook as well. All right, so we're going to go through the slides right now. So we're not going to do the donation thing. We're just going to go through the classes that have been canceled. So let me tell you what's not canceled. So tomorrow morning, Nikki's Ten Commandments class will still be on Zoom for those of you who are on that class. And if you give almost Reverend Nikki a call, I'm sure she'll let you join in on that tomorrow. I believe it starts at 11:30. It's on Zoom. I hear they're having a great time on there. Our Wednesday night service will be a meditation only online. There'll be no one here in the sanctuary, so I will be doing that. Mike will be working the booth, and I'll be up here, and you'll all be safe at home, and we can meditate together in a healing meditation, so you can join us for that. The Sangha is I believe suspended, but look for it on Zoom. Just check the information on it because I don't have the announcements up here. And so what else is going on here? So we had to cancel Mizrak, Anton Mizrak, which was unfortunate. Basically, all activities here at the center are suspended until further notice. And so we're just going to know that we're going to flatten the curve, and when we get back together, it's going to be a joyous event. So, and just think of all the things now that we get to no longer take for granted in any way. All right, so with that, I'm going to invite the Rev back up to take us through the next portion of our service.
Just connect to you. So would you say the declarations of principles with me? No. And Evan, we believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all and natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal too and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life, in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blessing to the world. blessing to the world, is a blessing to the world.
Isn't that nice? I could hear you guys all the way over here at the center. Nice job. All right, so let's see if I can not be a distraction on Facebook here. All right. So welcome those of you on YouTube. We have 50 viewers, so make sure you subscribe, and then we'll have 50 more subscribers. That'd be awesome. And if you're joining us on live, thank you very much. And if you're new to the center, who you heard was our music director here, Ken Francis, who was playing with Jason Goldstein, who are two very fine Los Angeles musicians here, and we're blessed to have them with us. I also want to thank Reverend Nancy for praying us in and just getting us started off properly. So, hello and welcome. Longtime friends, first-time visitors to our spiritual community. And just for you long-timers, I'm missing you already. It is definitely a little weird speaking to an empty room. And I have no idea which camera am I supposed to be looking at right now. That one. Okay, so I'm doing that part right. So far, so good. All right. And what a week it's been, huh? What a week. And I, for one, am glad that we met in person last week to transition into this temporary new normal. Let's not get used to it. And let's make sure we keep fresh before us those moments of our high resolve. Keep fresh before us the moments of our high resolve. Because right now, I don't know about you, but it feels like a three-sided attack on ordinary living to me. So many of us are home from our jobs and so forth. And so the three-sided thing, the twice daily COVID countdown, the great slide that we're watching in the economy and all the tumult around that, and the challenge of sifting through media content to sift the truth from the propaganda, or as they say in 12 steps, sifting the BS from the ice cream. So it can feel like we're in some kind of sick game of community human whack-a-mole. So it's important to stay diligent if we are out and about with social distancing, which means keeping 6 feet apart. Yesterday, and I got to tell you, it's a lot more difficult than you may think it is. But it is possible to take it too far. All right? Yesterday, while dropping off provisions to a friend, a passerby on the far side of the lane, pulled a Dracula on us like we had the plague. So it was like one of these moves. And, we don't want to get all freaked out about that because, fear is the mind killer. And when we entertain this kind of thinking, before we know it, we'll be sprinkling lamb's blood on the lentils like the Israelites of old. We don't want to be doing that. So I have no idea if this is as funny to you as it was to me, but there you go. So how many of you are thinking right now with the lamb's blood, I think, how many of you are out there thinking right now, oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that. I wonder if there's any left at the market. So now we are not to make light of this situation, that social distancing is serious business. And I brought this poll just to illustrate how far 6 feet is. So I'm 5'9", so this pole's only like 4 feet. I have maybe a 2-foot reach. That's 6 feet. That's a ways, right? And that's what we need to do. And if you don't have concern for yourself in this regard because you have a high consciousness, that's awesome. But think about others. All right, so this is the time to think about others. That this social distancing thing is serious business. And we are all working together to flatten the curve, to protect not just ourselves, but the most vulnerable among us. And people who could be 2 or 3 contact points away. You get that? People who we'll never know. So we don't want to be patient zero unless we are spreading a contagion of positive, a community of immunity, if you like. And we want to cultivate our most effective me, right? So our talk title today is Building an Effective Me. And we want to build in this time, we want to build our most effective me. Yes? Reverend Nancy? Yes, we agree. We want to build our most effective me. A me that is vigilant, yes, but vigilant in faith rather than fear. Right? The fear out there and the fear in here. So fear. So if we think about, again, borrowing from my friends over at 12-Step, fear is this idea of false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Or fleece everything and run. So you can fill in the other fleece word. Fleece everything and run. Well, we're not going to do that. No. Instead, we're going to face everything and rise. We're going to face everything and rise. We're going to raise our own consciousness, and in doing our own work, we're going to raise the consciousness of those around us. That we're going to at least be able to emanate a field of confidence and a consciousness of strong public health and strong personal hygiene, which we now have this social distancing component to it. So, face everything and rise. So Ernest Holmes said, because when we're in times like these, Ernest Holmes said, is to desert the truth in our hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. That we do not know the truth. And what that truth is that in some crazy cosmic way, the Spirit is in the mix. And that we are not separated from it in any way at any time except by our own thinking. We are the separation factor. And in fact, that is what needs to be healed in situations like this and in any situation. Right? So remember when we were just concerned that we didn't have enough cash to go out. Well, now we can't go out. So now we get to work with some real stuff. Now this is, again, not to beat ourselves up. Also, if we have a slip in our thinking, if we have a slip in consciousness, right? In fact, I'm even going to give you a pass that for 10 minutes a day, you can let yourself rant just to clear your mind. But when that timer goes off, boom, that's it for the day. No mas. Right? Because then we must come to ourselves as the prodigal son that Jesus spoke to, that we must come to ourselves and remember our commitment to build our most effective me. Now that ME is what we call in religious science a mental equivalent. So I am me, but I'm also my mental equivalent of what I think me is. And on good days, that's pretty awesome. and some days it's not the best. But what I know about that is I am constantly creating a mental equivalent for myself, and that I can change it. I can change it. Because everything that we experience in life is first a movement in consciousness, a thought. Thought as an energetic. Thought that impresses itself upon an always receptive mental field. A field so receptive that it responds to any thought, even the ones we don't care for much. It responds to any thought, regardless of its content or who is thinking it. It's no respecter of persons. So it's sort of like a cosmic internet. The internet does not judge content or care who is making a purchase. It just says yes. And it says yes according to law. Many of us believe that we are constantly thinking into a mental field or even a hive mind. Many people understand this on a psychological level, right? And that social scientists are working to prove and are proving this this phenomena all the time. But we are more than that, because as people of faith, we know that there is a power in the universe available to everyone, and we can use it. So it's not just enough to know that God is, but God is there for us to apply to the cares and concerns and the challenges and even the joys and the celebrations of life, that we are sharing our life with the divine as an expression of the divine as our life. So as people of faith, we understand, yes, there is this psychological component, but then as people of faith, we also understand that we are thinking into a cosmic mind of intelligence, a cosmic field that knows only to say yes. And so in this way, then, it becomes of paramount importance to be mindful about what we are thinking, particularly in times like these. For every thought we think is a mental equivalent. Think on that. Think about your own life experience and understand how your thinking is what makes it so. I guess I could come over here if I want to do the Facebook thing. Hi, guys. Can you move that over a little bit, Mike? Because I don't want you all to miss any of this. Right? For every thought we think is a mental equivalent, a spiritual prototype of the thing we desire. And sometimes the things we do not desire. This is why we keep fresh before us those moments of our high resolve. Now, in the Science of Mind textbook, which is a book of instruction that religious scientists use to get their mind right, there is a whole chapter entitled Mental Equivalent. Or you can Google it online and just use it as a refresher. And in this chapter, Ernest Holmes says that when things look the worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate. Demonstrate what? The power of the living Spirit in our life. When things look the worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate to ourselves that there are no obstructions in the operation of truth. That when things look their worst is the best time to work, the most satisfying time. And wasn't Reverend Nancy just speaking to this and not having to read it because she knows it so deeply? That the person who can throw himself, this is Holmes, the person who can throw himself with a complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose from all apparent moorings, is the one who will always receive the greatest reward. Now, this is not a new idea. St. Paul said it too, right? To pray without ceasing. Right? To know that, or as Jesus taught, that we are one with the Father. And that it is our divine inheritance to experience the keys to the kingdom. So the way that we rise out of thinking or a condition that no longer serves us is through what we call a mental treatment. A mental treatment. And I want to encourage all of you to start using this treatment, spiritual mind treatment, this week. And I'm going to, and perhaps you're a little mystified or even intimidated because you know there's steps and you don't want to say it wrong, because if it's so important about what I'm saying, then just turn, okay, bye, I'm dropping you offline apparently. Okay, so peace and blessings. Check us out on YouTube. All right, so the way that we rise out of the condition that we're currently in, or our thought patterns that we're currently in, is to use a mental treatment. And I encourage you to start using treatment throughout this current challenge. But perhaps you are a little bit intimidated. So let's simplify it a little bit. So I want you to just take a deep breath and close your eyes for a moment, because I don't want you to sweat the steps and all that. just bring to mind, as if you were a king or a queen of the world, if you were calling all the shots, what is the best case scenario for you that you want to experience as life right now? Right? So a king and a queen doesn't care how it works. They just give the directive, and then by law, it's followed. So what is it? What is the best case scenario for you in life in this present moment? And not from a place of playing let's pretend, but as royalty giving a directive for the highest and best, not only for ourselves, but for all concerned. Now think on that. Now take a deep breath on that. Just kind of let that anchor it. Maybe even jot down a point or two. Okay, so now consider the way that you know the living Spirit, the Holy Spirit, the sacred, the divine, whatever name you have for it, consider what you know it to be. Light, love, power, presence, Holy Mother, infinite cosmic power. Okay, what's key is your infinite understanding of what that is, and then being open to knowing that it's so much more than you and I think it is. And now, if you haven't done so already, open your heart and feel your oneness with this power. All that is large, uniquely individualized as you. That you are the wave on the vast ocean of God consciousness expressing. Now, bring your directive in. What is it that you're wanting to command? And feel that. And then take a breath. And release. And call to mind the things that you love in your life. Call to mind the things that you love about your life. Consider how you are blessed and the ways that you are blessed right now. And just hang out there for a few moments in gratitude. Right? Just knowing that on some crazy cosmic level, all is well. And certainly within this moment, all is well. Now take a deep breath and release. And in that release, just remember and know that we are releasing this thought form, that this mental equivalent is the law of mind, knowing that it does the work. You're just inputting. You are just inputting and inputting with love. Now that's basically what a spiritual mind treatment is. So you'll have access to this throughout the week. It'll be archived. But here's another simpler one that they teach in youth. Okay, it's called SOM Bingo, Science of Mind Bingo. All right, treatment by another name. All right, be with God. B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N. Remember that song? Okay, so this is be with God. I, include yourself. N, name your good. What is it you're wanting to desire right now? In your own words, from your own heart. G, give thanks. Give thanks. And then it's simply over and out. That's the release. Over and out. So you see how we did these 5 steps. We just did those together. We just started with what is our heart's desire? That's the mental equivalent. You see how it works now. So let's take a deep conscious breath together. And let's just know together that there is but one power, one presence, one source, one life of God expressing and impressing itself in, through, and as all of life. And as we turn our attention to this truth, we recognize our oneness with this power and presence, that we open our heart to the infinite possibilities of good, knowing that it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the keys to a long and sustaining life, a life beyond satisfaction that has connection and love in it, that expresses radiant good health confidently, that has a care and concern for our fellows, that sees beyond the condition. We see beyond the world of conditions and instead see that greater truth lying behind all of it. And that truth is that the Spirit of the Lord is sovereign as and expressing as all experience. That we allow ourselves to align with this truth. And in this way, we know that every aspect of our physical body is aligned and expressing as this truth. That the world of conditions kind of do their thing to align for our greatest good. That we are downloading new and creative and dynamic ideas even now to fill any need or concern. And that our relationships are sustaining, whether they are personal and intimate within our own homes or through spiritual community, like our Power of 8 groups. So just knowing this truth, we take a deep conscious breath and we bless our ministers and practitioners. We bless Ken and Jason and Michael and Evan and the support staff who make this possible week in and week out. We are grateful to have this opportunity to come together as community today. So from this place, we release all our cares and concerns. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is.
Real is love. Love is feeling, feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved. Love is touch. Touch is love. Love is reaching, reaching love. Love is asking to be loved. Love is you, you and me. Love is knowing that we can be. Love is free, and free is love. living love. Love is needing to be loved. Love is you and me. Love is no way that we can be. Love is real. Real is love. Love is feeling. Feeling love. Love is wanting to be loved.
Ken Francis, everyone. Isn't he fantastic? Yes. Lovely job. The crowd's going, yeah, I'll do this for you. It's thunderous applause. Yes. So now we, of course, are not going to be taking an offering, but I do want to take this opportunity to invite you to support our center online. And so we have these slides available right here. So all you need to do is to go to our website, which you may already be on. So cslgh.org if you don't know how to get there. And then over here is a little donate button. So you just hit that donate button, and then that will take you to our web portal. It's safe and secure, just like if you purchase anything like through Amazon or anything like that. So if you have a PayPal account, then you just use this button. But for most of us, we're going to use this button down here. We're just going to click on that, and that will take us to our, and then we can input our information for our debit or credit card. Now, many of you may use your phone, and if you're going to use your phone, you're going to have a landing page that looks like this. I'm told it's not called a landing page, it's called a home page, but I like landing page. And so if you just scroll down on your phone, as you know we do, then you'll find this portion that says make a donation, and again that donate portion shows up, and that will take you again to the portal. Then you just plug in your amount, use as many zeros as you would like to, and or if you prefer to write your checks by hand, as I do, but yeah, you know, so if you're old school, here's our mailing address. You can also find that on the website. And then, but the easiest way, which I don't have a slide for, the easiest way is to use bill pay. So you can play with bill pay. And so you're doing this already, because many of you are now having to get online and pay your bills online in this unique moment. So don't forget the center. That's at CSLGH. That's all you have to write in, CSLGH, and hit send, and off you go. And your gift then is automatically sent either through, either prints a check or we receive it electronically, depending on how your bank works. And then if you can, and you feel like something you want to do, make that a revolving, just check the mark that says, weekly, monthly, however you're comfortable doing that. And just know that this is going to be very critical to keep our center going as we go through this time, because I'm wanting, and we are committed to keeping Ken and Jason going as long as we can and as long as it makes sense. And of course, we still need to pay the mortgage, just like you do. And our utilities and supplies and stuff are going to come down, obviously, but that won't be enough to offset all that. So, enough said about that. There will be a video posted on our YouTube page regarding that. So the other thing that I wanted to announce is that we have going on for a large portion of our center. As it happens, we've been working with Power of 8 groups. These are groups of people who are 8 to a group who are praying for each other through the week. And I'm sure that's evolving now, different than the original format. But there's been a lot of demonstrations that I've been getting emails about of how people are feeling connected and feeling supported. And if this is something that you would like, it's a very light commitment, but it is a commitment because you do have to check your email. You do have to check your email and maybe respond with, "Oh, I love that," just so they know that you're on there, or if you need prayer support. And speaking to prayer support, on our webpage as well, you can find our ministers and practitioners on there. If you need prayer support, please reach out to any of our practitioners, ministers, through email, and they will be happy to contact you. And if you give them their phone number, they'll even call you and do a treatment online. Right, Reverend Nancy?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could even call me. All right? So, I mean, how about that? And but check out our practitioners. I would use any of them. They're really great. So, and I didn't say this on the Power of 8 thing, if you're still watching. If you just send me an email to revmike@cslgh.org, I will get you set up in a group. And I don't care if you're watching from Germany, Ireland, England, or Mozambique. We'll get you in a group, and just know that you are being prayed for continuously. All right, so that's enough out of me. Let's give Ken and Jason a hand again. Yes, thank you. Thank you for our staff. We'll see what happens next week, because I heard that we're not supposed to be gathering at all, so we may have to move to Zoom, which was the last thing I wanted to tell you, that this, like today, go to your apps and download Zoom or Google Zoom and download the app so that you'll be all set. Reverend Nancy and the practitioners are even now putting together classes to teach on Zoom online, where you can come together and you can interact on Zoom. So you can talk and write questions and stuff like that. Also, we're hoping next week to have in place 2 Zoom youth chat rooms so our youth can come together on Zoom also. All right, so that's it. Look at that, Ken. I'm ending on time. You know, it's amazing when I don't have a crowd to ham it up to. You know, I can get everything said and out of here. So thank you for joining us online. Know that you are loved. Peace and blessings. Let's invite Reverend Nancy up, and she's going to pray us out with one of her Cracker Jack treatments. And we'll see you next week or on Wednesday night.
We are blessed. We're blessed because we know that through the music that has been shared, through the words that have been given, we have been gifted with an increased sense of that, I say, a vibrational energy of knowing the truth of our own being. So as we go forward in life from this moment, as we are sitting in our living rooms and understanding and appreciating the idea that Spirit is surrounding us. Spirit is everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And it is given to us, and it's given through us, and it is given for us. And as we accept and open our hearts and minds to us, to embrace these ideas, the nurturing that has been offered and given forth today would pour in us, through us, and as us a greater sense of being, a greater sense of joy, a greater sense of appreciation of being alive right here and right now, to be able to experience life as it evolves and expands. And as we go forth from this experience, it is with love in our heart to know that that love is not only for ourselves and all those around us, for all beings and all those that are living a life that Spirit has created. With this awareness and this understanding, our law of the universe keeps blessing us with the fruits of the words we place in it. And join me in acknowledging this wonder and this greatness by saying with me, and so it is.
We can all join together at home with the peace song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God as the power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you all. We'll see you on Wednesday night.